Sit down and heal with Coach Derrick. Let that old pain breathe and we air it. You already know that you need to heal. Let me show you how. Turn the volume up, talk it out right now. Sit down and heal with Coach Derrick. You picking through, can you feel it? You already know that you need to heal. Let me show you how. Turn the volume up, talk it out right now.
Welcome to another episode of the Sit Down and Heal podcast. My name is Coach Derrick, and I'm your host. I'm a certified healing journey coach and relationship coach, which means I bridge the two. That means I don't give you relationship advice without figuring out if you took time to heal first. So I help you with your healing journey. I guide you on your healing journey so that it's done properly, so that you'll be better. And a better you deserves to be in the dating pool than maybe it traumatized you. And what I always say here is, you already know you need to heal. Let me show you how. So this particular episode is part of a 5-part series. The first part we did last week, and we talked about why you rush into dating. This week, we're going to talk about the red flags and your check engine light. When the check engine light come on in the warning, why are you ignoring that thing? We're going to talk about that. The series is called Spring Cleaning Your Love Life, Detox Your Dating Habits. You know what that means? That means whatever habits you have, in order to do it better, in order to do it healthier, you're going to have to clean out your system. I was going to make a bad joke, but I'm going to keep it to myself. Some of y'all's backed up and you need to clean out your system. It's time to detox. It's springtime. Or it's about to be. We got to do some spring cleaning, and your dating habits need some work. So now we're going to talk about ignoring the check engine light. What do you mean by check engine light, Coach Derrick? We ain't talking about cars. We hate when you guys make car analogies. I don't give a damn. This is my show. The check engine light. When that check engine light come on, how many people had a check engine light? Some of y'all have it right now, and it's just on. And you keep driving, and you keep driving, and it don't leave. It's just there. You ignore it. It's been there so long, you don't even realize it's lit up until that engine lock up. Until something happened to that car, then you act surprised that something happened. Catastrophic. The crash. And now you got to figure out how to repair some damage that could have been prevented. I hope y'all follow me. You got to repair damage that could have been prevented. You have to repair damage that could have possibly been prevented if you paid attention to the check engine light. But what do we do when we date? When we get into that relationship and we ignore the check engine light and we keep driving? I think we hope it gets better, don't we? The check engine light is warning you that there's a issue that you need to pay attention to. Maybe you can fix it. Maybe you need a new car. But why the hell are we ignoring it, right? So let's talk about this. So in this context, we're talking about things that you see and feel, but you ignore it, right? Your internal alarm system goes off. And a lot of us who are very intuitive, especially, I always talk about my favorite people, empaths. If you're an empath, you almost can feel that it's not right. But we keep going, y'all. We keep going. Why? We're going to talk about it. And there's some layers here that maybe people are aware of. And maybe there's some layers here that people aren't aware of. And maybe you just don't give a damn. You just want somebody to like you, right? That's what y'all want. Stop it. So now, I always talk about intuition here too. And I got my little notes. So sometimes they just there for play because we got to get this out. Your intuition. The intuition is saying, the hell you doing? What are we doing? Don't you feel that? But your loneliness is like, shut the hell up, I got this. But do you? Do you really have it? Does your history say that pushing past that intuition made sense? Only you can answer that for yourself. Most of us don't. When we get that danger alarm, we just keep rolling because we in love. We rolling because we got hope. We rolling because we want to be attached. We're going to talk about it. Just think about it. We've made choices in our lives that made absolutely no sense when compared against the warning signs that welled up in our body, in our mind, in our spirit. We knew it didn't match. We knew it didn't align, but we still kept going. Why? Right? Because we talk about here all the time. When we are in very long-term relationships, and the question is asked, when did it feel wrong? When did you know that something was off? It's early. When did you notice the first deal breaker? It was early. So now if we take this information about how a lot of people say early, what can we do to tweak you so that when early comes, you know to detach and you actually do it? How many times we said early in our relationships and y'all saw, y'all had the little thing go off early and you ran past it and then you had a kid and you did all these other things when the alarm was on the whole damn time. What's wrong with us, y'all? Our hearts, our need to be loved. Forget your intuition. Forget the damn red flags. We going in. We going in the shark-infested waters and we don't give a damn if we get hurt. Why? Because we need love. How bad do you need it though? Bad enough to hurt? See, here's the thing. You can't predict if somebody may hurt you, right? But if you have deal breakers, right? Standards, boundaries, all these things, yeah, intuition, they all going off at the same time. And you like, sound like a personal problem to me, bro. I'm out. I'm going. We going. And the we going, we're going to keep marching forward. You got to ask yourself why, right? This is part of the assessment that you have to make. Why did we keep going? Because they was cute. Because we've been together long enough and I felt like I invested so much time so I couldn't leave. You got a whole bunch of reasons that have nothing to do with your safety. I'm going to let y'all sit on that for a minute. Breathe. None of it had to do with your safety. 0%. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you've been through. When the red flag, the one red flag you're supposed to pause and evaluate, I'm talking about deal breakers. Deal breakers supposed to keep you safe. So the decision you made was to not be safe. So you got to ask yourself why. So now let me go back to the notes because y'all be having me all riled up in here. Like, let me hold on. So now we got to think. What are some of the reasons why we would choose to ignore them? I know what the biggest one is, but I'm going to go down this little list that I comprised, right? Fear of starting over could be one of them, right? We hear this all the time, especially when you get frustrated with the dating process. You know, people say, oh, I've been meeting so many people. And well, most of y'all ain't even going outside, so that's not even true. But for those who meet people, they say, I'm just tired of asking those same questions. Oh, I don't even want to date. I don't want to know what your favorite color. I don't want to know what your favorite food. I'm so dog. I'm just not. Oh God. Oh, I just don't. I'm just tired of meeting people. So I might as well just stay with the asshole. Somebody make it make sense. I'm going to stick with the devil I know. Because at least I know where that hurt's coming from. What are we doing? Now, I use the term asshole very affectionately, right? We knew early that they was wearing an asshole coat. We thought we could make them take it off, right? And I know some of y'all are like, language coach Derrick. It's okay. I'm a grown ass man. So this is part of the initial parts of the healing journey, is identifying the why. Not that they hurt you, but why did you push past the red flag? Why did you push past your deal breaker? What part of you needed to do that, right? So starting over can be scary. Scary enough that you'll ignore the red flags and keep going simply because you don't want to be by yourself. That's why when we get coaching and we try to figure out these assessments of ourselves, we got to figure out how to move around alone and be happy alone, so that when someone comes around, you're able to detach from them and know that being alone is not scary. Because when alone is scary, you will ignore the red flags. You will run faster towards love, because being lonely is scary. But there's a reason why lonely is scary. We're going to talk about that in a minute too. So another reason why you potentially may ignore red flags is your romanticized potential. Ooh, the P word. Potential. Now, we don't really mention this on my shows a lot, but we're going to talk about it for like a couple minutes here. And we're not going to call it potential. We're going to call it potential. Potential as a foundation for you moving past a red flag. It's kind of wild, right? Like, most people that we see potential in don't even want to be the thing that you want them to be. You want them to be it for you. You'll tell yourself that you're looking out for their best interests, but most of us do it because if I were them, this is what I would do, so they should want this for themselves too. And then you dive in and you try to fix. You try to stick through it and hope that they want it for themselves as much as you do. But most of the time, they're not even following the path they're supposed to follow, and you still trying to right the ship every time. That's a you problem. You'll say it's them. They're not ambitious enough. They should want this for themselves. Y'all need to stop doing that. You know why? Because if you try to force somebody to be something they don't want to be, they will run you through the ringer. You're going to be doing all of the labor. You're going to be doing all of the emotional labor. And they sitting back waiting for you to do it. It's not their dream, it's yours. Some people are comfortable working for a plumbing company, driving a van, helping people, serving while working, making a salary. They meet you and you like, what are you doing that for? Don't you want to own your own plumbing company? Like, don't that make sense? You make more money. Now I'm good like that. No, I think you should. Because I can help you, because I'm really good with like helping people start businesses, and I want you to, do better for yourself. And he's like, I'm happy like that. So what are you doing? What are you doing? Y'all know. Y'all, because y'all grown, right? And I'm going to use some more language. You can't make a grown man do shit he don't want to do. But you're going to try to force it under the guise of I'm helping. Now, giving pointers, assisting, cool. But if that's not their dream for themselves, the audacity of you to try to force it down their throat so that you could feel comfortable. And I'm not just talking about women, because I know y'all gonna be like, what? Stop. Just stop. Shh. Human behavior dictates this. Right? You would rather force somebody to become what you want instead of finding somebody that aligns with you in the first place. Isn't that weird? It's weird, right? Where you at, people pleasers? Where you at, fixers? Y'all, like, I'm not absolving myself in this either, right? But what are we doing? I'm going to say it again. What are we doing? Think about it. You see someone that can be better. You feel like you have the solution because if it were me, I would do this. You didn't say if with the evaluation of what they want. If I was them, I would do this. You know what? Let's do a little quick story time. Once upon a time, I went out. I met someone online, right? Many moons ago. I went out on a date. And I live in the DC area. So people are very, very, very like conscious of like what you do for a living. Like, where do you work? Because a lot of people here work for the government. So they want to know what government agency you work for, like at the dinner table, right? So I'm going out on this date. We have an amazing conversation on the phone. We get to the dinner table. Now she want to have the career question, right? And so I told her what I did. And then she was like, so that's all? Like, so why didn't you go do this? Why didn't you go to this school? And so you could be this. And I was like, I did what I felt like I needed to do for I'm good like this. Yeah, but I'm trying to say like, but like if you would have did it this way, because you could be further along if you, and I was like, so I ain't good enough for you. Because there's a lot of people, and this is a very crude example, they really care about how they look with you. So they want to try to figure out why you not where they at. At the dinner table on the first date, she was going in. And I'm like, can I eat my chicken wings, please? Like, what? Well, if it were me, I would have, you see? I don't give a damn. This is my life. Either you like it or you don't. Look at you. Why are you trying to change me? Y'all better stop trying to change adults and find somebody that aligns with you and y'all can talk about it together if that person wants to do whatever it is or not. Stop trying to assume that you can just make them be something. Now, I know there are anomalies here, and they'll say that they made that person do something and they became a better person. But I guarantee you, the results may be the results. But if you were to really sit back and ask that person, it probably wasn't what they wanted for themselves. A lot of people are comfortable. It just may not look like what you want. But see, sometimes our need to fix people, we miss the alignment piece. So we push forward in the spirit of wanting to fix them because we see, if they were this, then we'd be the perfect couple. You know how y'all want to be power couples and all this? Y'all need to stop doing that. You better find somebody that align with you and stop playing, talking about we look good in pictures. Ooh, we know people, they like, we look good in pictures, and at home it be. And then you be at home like, I wish I could find someone like I was a couple like them. And then you go home and yell at your man. All right, so let me move on. Like, what? Why did you take me to like he did where y'all need to stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. So we just kind of talked about this, right? The next reason why to this point is the savior complex. You want to save somebody. You find somebody down on their luck, you want to be the one to say that I took them in and I saved them. Y'all know, ladies, y'all got somebody on your couch talking about I'm going to find a job next month. And he been saying that for a year. The pause is for y'all, not me. Breathe. Y'all know people like this. Men, you looking for a woman that needs you to save her so that you can say you did it. It's your validation. You be out here looking for women that need help in that relationship so that you can say that you did it. There's a certain level of control that comes along with that. She need me. And that's your type. Somebody that needs you for everything. You looking for them. Gotta ask yourself why. Why you need that type of validation, right? Women do it too. Some of y'all love a dude with a broken wing. You be like, I got you. I'm sorry she hurt you. I want to be the one to show you that I'm not like her. This is not how you qualify someone to be with you. I know. It's a newsflash. This is not how you pick, y'all. Well, he need help or she need help, so I'm the perfect person to help, and now we together. Stop. There's more things you gotta check off, y'all. People who talk badly about all their exes and don't take accountability, you too will push past the red flags. Because you don't think nothing wrong with you, so you're going to pick the same thing again. Not because I said so, because your life dictates that it did, not me. Low self-worth, low self-esteem, you're going to miss a whole bunch of red flags because you're just happy somebody like you. And like I say on the show all the time, when your self-esteem is really low, when your self-worth is really low, you're going to look for someone to fill it in for you instead of it emanating from you. When you give them that control, it's almost impossible to leave that person because, quote unquote, they own you. They own the parts of you that should be strong enough for you to fight to leave. When they have ownership of that, it's impossible for you to leave until you figure out that it's yours to have. That's why you can't. That's one reason why you can't leave a tumultuous situation, is because they are in control of your worth. That's why here I sit down and heal coaching. We don't play around with these things. We got to get you together. Because if we don't, you're going to waste your time all over again. And a lot of y'all are not 18 or 21 no more. We don't have time to waste. Like, what are we doing? It's time to stop rescheduling your healing journey, because that's where most of your issues lie. You don't have a dating and relationship problem. You have an inner child problem. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. So now, the last thing I have here, which is probably the absolute, probably biggest reason why someone would ignore their check engine light, would ignore the red flags, attachment wounds, right? And if you don't know what that means, then that means you haven't been coached by me yet, and you need to get in my inbox. Attachment style, attachment theory, a lot of it is born from childhood wounds. And some of y'all have anxious. A lot of people are anxious. You ain't gonna see no red flags if you have an abandonment wound. You're trying to find somebody that you can keep close and make sure they never leave, because you don't want to feel abandoned again. Imagine being in a dating pool like this. You're going to miss a lot of red flags. A lot. A lot of very sensitive people who love really hard. A lot of times there's abandonment issues there, and you're trying to overcompensate. You're trying to make sure they don't go anywhere. You need constant reassurance to make sure they're not going to leave you. you're going to miss red flags every day. Because the lens by which you look at the pool, at the person, are lenses of abandonment and not alignment. So when you break up with the person, you be like, I can't shake it. I love them so much. No, you attach the attachment. It's like a fish hook with that little barb thing on it. It's hard to let go of something that's been in you your whole life before you met the person, and then you attach the person because of that reason. You could be like, yeah, I'm done with this, I'm out. But what about this? We gotta learn what that is so we can release that too, so we can totally be gone. Y'all not listening to me. If you have not learned to identify and reparent your inner child and understand how to regulate it, you will not be able to attach the way that you need to when it's time to move on. It's not love. I know. It's hard it's not love. It's attachment. The pause is for you. It's the little girl that's holding on. You ever seen a little kid and one parent is trying to leave and the kid want to be with the other parent and they'll like stretch outside their arms and try to grab for the other parent? That's you. That's the little kid in you saying, nah, I have separation anxiety. I can't leave. And then you stay for another 2 years because of that little kid that you didn't learn how to regulate. Most of us need to learn this. If you're in a relationship, you need to learn this. If you're dating, you need to learn this. If you're single, you need to learn this. Not that it just exists, because you'll come on my podcast and you'll say, oh my God, it's the inner child, but you don't know how to work through it. That's what I do. We got to get through it. Not around it, through it. Red flags don't mean anything when you have a childhood wound that's flaring up. While you in a day, you got issues with trust from childhood, abandonment, it's a hope, betrayal. It's going to follow you everywhere you go. And you're going to say it's all your partner's fault. And it is their fault that they did the thing to you. But the meat and potatoes is who you were before you met them. That's what I help you with. Well, one of the many things. So now, we got to talk about we missing the red flags because we have all of these things. Here's the kicker. Especially those of you who graduate my program. If you become more self-aware, if you become more healed, if you work through what your deal breakers and standards and boundaries and all of these things are, right? You will change fundamentally from the inside out. You will change energetically. You will change your level of peace in your life. You will have the awareness to know where you need to stay and where not. So my people don't really give a damn about the red flags because we leading the charge, not them. They don't get to dictate where I stay. I do. They don't get to dictate whether they earned a first date or not. I do. Ooh, I hope y'all catching this. Most red flags, energetically, most of my people can feel them coming a mile away before it even manifests. You know why? Because they got healing on them. They're not going to let any human being on the planet mess up the peace they achieved through that journey. It's not going to happen. And we're not talking about people that just cut people off, because just cutting everybody off, that's a problem too. That means nobody could ever get in. So you have work to do. Think about it. Let's say a red flag appeared, right? And you're like, oh my God, deal breaker. Oh my God, this doesn't feel right. Now what? Now what? You got to learn how to listen to those signals that happen in your body and stand on it. Y'all learn here, some of y'all have, there's no manipulator, narcissist, predator, person that want to hurt you that can defend against your no. They don't have a plan for your no, but your no got to mean something. Your no has to be attached to your awareness of yourself and your healing and understanding the inner child and all of those things, right? Sounds like a lot, but it's not. Once you learn it, it becomes a part of you. It becomes an innate part of you that signals you when there's danger. It's a more acute system, like a radar, right? It's uncanny how this works once you understand yourself better. Most of us don't, and that's why I coach, because who would have taught us how to do these evaluations, how to look at the patterns, how to know what they mean, how to know how those patterns attach to the inner child, how that inner child then affects how you pick and who you pick, right? We got to catalog this stuff so that we become better, a more evolved human being. So when we're dating, when we're relationshiping, if it don't feel right, we like, you know what? I know what peace feel like. Damn your red flags. Matter of fact, I saw it coming for you, even raised it. I don't belong here. But you can't do that when that little kid is driving. And here's the kicker. Most of us don't even know the little kid is driving. We just think we making dumb mistakes and picking people. See, when you learn some of the things that I teach you here in coaching, right? Most things have mostly everything in life has an origin story. Where did it come from, right? When you get to the root of it and you build from that, it ain't too many people gonna be playing in your face that you'll allow over time. It just won't happen because you're different, right? So now we gotta think to ourselves, which types of red flags do people minimize? Do they push out of the way? Inconsistent communication. Let me tell you something about inconsistent communication. Should be a red flag, right? If it's a pattern that they have, it should be a red flag. But what if you have an abandonment wound? You're going to chase them first when they go missing. You're going to try to get closure. You're going to hurry up and try to figure out why they do this to me? Why? Instead of choosing you, you want to find out how you fit the person that's playing in your face. Isn't that weird that we do that? Tell me what I did wrong. Sound familiar? Why are you asking the person that didn't choose you that? Why are we asking them that? I haven't heard from you in 3 weeks, but you said I was the one for you and you was going to call me every day and you was going to make sure I was safe. Why you been missing for 3 weeks? And what did I do wrong to make you do that? Why me? It's weird, right? They didn't choose you. They chose whatever to not prioritize you. And they created a pattern of behavior and you trying to figure out why you didn't fit that. It's a weird thing that we do. We need closure. You gotta ask yourself why. Why do I need to know why the person that didn't choose me? So then when they come back and let's say in a magical world, they came back and told you everything that the wrong person needed from you. What are you going to do now? Change to something that would fit someone like that? Stop it. I got to change and make sure the next time that I do what that person told me was wrong with me, and then the same person that didn't call for 3 weeks and they didn't... You changing what again? Y'all better get in my inbox and get some of this coaching, because why? And we're not talking about after 6 months or a year. We're talking about 3-4 weeks of knowing them, and you like, I'm just gonna wait and see. Like, I want to know why I didn't. Stop it. Look down. Your self-esteem is showing. Pick it up. I hope y'all caught that. So now, another one of y'all favorite things of why people miss and push through the red flags. Love bombing. Ooh, y'all love a good love bomb. Y'all love a good love bomb. It be too much too soon. They don't even know you, but they doing everything. And you like, I deserve this. I know he don't know nothing about me, but he told me he was going to marry me one day. And I believe him. And I'd be like, sis, you've known him for a week. How he know to get you all this stuff and it's been 7 days? And he hasn't asked you anything about you. What do you think the motive is here? Well, I just figured he was a generous person and he don't know you. Y'all got to pick these pieces out. Why isn't he trying to get to know me, but he's doing everything to make sure I don't leave? Why? Wouldn't you want someone that would be curious about knowing who you are before you paired with them? No, Coach Derrick, because there's a little girl inside of me that don't want to feel alone and the gifts feel amazing, right? To what end? To what end? Once upon a time in a land far, far away, we'll say that she was my friend and she had a guy that she called friend. I'm not going to tell y'all the whole story because it's pretty traumatic for me, but she said, I haven't known him that long, but he wants to buy me a car. And I said, ain't nothing free. Take the car if you want to. Ain't nothing free. A man is just going to buy you a car because you're cute. It could happen in life, right? Somebody going to come on here and be like, I did. So I'm going to leave the story there. We're going to save that for a story time day. But you got to be careful about things that don't make sense. They don't make sense. And your nervous system knows it don't make sense. And that's when you push past and you have to ask yourself why. This don't make sense. He doing too much. But I'm going to take it. You know what y'all say? Wait, you know what y'all say when y'all get coached by me? This what y'all say. I'm going to take it anyway because he probably going to do something or cheat or something. And plus, women get hurt all the time. So I might as well go ahead and take the damn gift. So, it is what it is. I don't care. And I'm like, so you won't get back? I don't like, y'all know these dudes out here and they not all wrapped too tight. You gonna accept something. Sometimes they gonna want something in return. And now you're gonna be on this cycle. It's almost kind of like what teenagers do, right? Like they be like, oh, he bought me this, so I'm gonna stay with him because he keeps buying me things. That's why. Yeah. Why would I leave if he just gonna keep buying? He buy my lunch and he buy my this and he blah blah. And I'm like, is he your boyfriend or what did we do? They be like, but he just buys me things. Now, some of y'all, that's all y'all want, no problem. Don't try to go do some stuff you want to do because they're gonna be like, hold on, you can't go because remember what I bought you. Y'all better stop playing. Y'all too grown for this. The next thing, and the reason why people minimize pushing past the red flags, is their lack of accountability for themselves. They think they're doing the right thing by pushing through. Y'all, I be thinking about these things that I hear. And yes, I'm gonna pick on the ladies for like 60 seconds, but I'm not this ain't no women basher. Some of y'all are with dudes simply because they were persistent, and that's it. Like nothing else. He just kept trying, so I just figured I'd just go ahead, and I told him no like 15 times because I knew it didn't line up, but he just kept trying, so I just gave in. That's it. You didn't say, oh, we had some amazing conversations, and I didn't like him at first, but after I got to, no. He just kept trying, so I might as well just be his girlfriend. Do you realize, and let me preface this, there are some anomalies, so don't tell me it worked for you. Please don't do that. Don't do it. Do you understand what that means? It means the first 5 times your boundaries and your standards and your intuition kicked in and they protected you. And you say, you know what? Forget that. I'm going to go anyway. Stop. Because once you do that, ain't no vetting happening after that. You thought it was endearing that they tried, that they heard your boundary and they kept pushing through it like they didn't give a damn. You thought it was cute. Like, oh, he heard me say no and he kept going. So persistent. He didn't give a damn about my boundaries. I love him. You understand what I'm saying? You said no. And he said, I don't give a damn about your no. And you thought it was cute. Matter of fact, you didn't think it was cute. He came back 4 more times. Now it's cute after 4 times of saying no. He ain't even my type. I don't even like the way it don't even feel right. This is all of the stuff that you're supposed to do. It don't feel right. And you be like, buddy, tried 4 times and no one's ever tried 4 times before. So that's the reason why. Y'all better get some damn vetting. Matter of fact, if you was in my coaching group, we did a whole masterclass on vetting. And we got another one. No, wait, is the No, the vetting one is coming. Y'all better get in that coaching group. The vetting one is coming next on the 19th. We did one on core values. I'm tripping. I be doing so much for y'all. And y'all don't even be there to see it. Y'all better get in my inbox. That's all I'm saying. You'll be a queen. I gotta get. Supposed to be talking to you. I got you. So anyway. So now, another red flag that people push by is people that future fake you. They're going to tell you something going to happen one day and you just hold on to it. You be like, so you remember you said you was going to marry me one day. Remember you said that we was going to go to Cancun. Remember, and you just, so when you hold on to that, they get access to everything. Vetting where? Qualifications where? Alignment where? But he said that he was going, and no one's, I've talked, how many people I talk to, they be like, I never been to Cancun. And they invited me to Cancun, so they must like me. It sounds like a kid, right? No, these are people that are like over 50. Well, I've never been to Mexico, and he said that he was going to take me, so I think I should just, and I'm like, He's a stranger. You going to Mexico with a stranger? Well, nobody's ever done this for me before. That can't be your reason. Nobody threw you in the back of a white van before. Mark, let me know what. Maybe some of y'all. Let me stop. Jesus Christ. I don't. Let me breathe for myself. Yeah. Somebody gonna be like, I did get thrown in the back of a white van. I'm not talking about you, okay? Not that van. I'm talking about you. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Because I know some of y'all. Just because you've never been doesn't mean that you stop vetting them. I've heard this so many times. No one's ever took me to Ruth Chris before, and that's why I think he's a good guy, because he thought I was special enough to take. Y'all know most people run the same play until they find one that hit. You ain't the first one to go. He probably got his own section in there now. They come be like, hey, Mr. Jones, did you want the usual table tonight? And he be like, oh my God, he has like special privileges here. Yeah, of course he does. Yeah, y'all better stop. Y'all better stop using the fact that you was hungry as a qualifier for your man. Well, he did feed me. And I figured, no one's ever fed me before, and since I was with my mom, so he must really stop doing that. And y'all think it sounds silly. Y'all, it's people out here right now that's on a date just because they hungry. And they will do it 20 more times. And then after time 20, you're going to tell the dude, you know what, I don't really like you. And then you're going to be in the back of a white van. Stop playing with these people, y'all. Don't be on the news because you was hungry. Okay? I'm just saying. Put your dinner on a Firm or Klarna or something and get it. But that, Another red flag. This is a good one. And let me tell y'all something. This works. I swear to you, it works. And y'all know it works because some of y'all fell for it. And we're going to use gender again because I have to. Ladies, when a man says he like you, but he not ready for a relationship, but he's still acting like it, but he don't want to say that he wants to be in a relationship, but he wants access to everything you have to offer, but you want a relationship, and you'd be like, well, he's treating me like this, so that's how you get into situationships and don't even realize it until you done signed the deal early. Absolutely give access. When somebody shows you boyfriend behavior, but they refuse to give you to have the title, they playing in your face. See, when you do stuff like this, right? So let's reframe this, right? So now let me do this real exercise with you. This ain't even, I don't think I've ever done this before. Well, maybe in the past. So now, boom, let's take this. This guy has access to you. But they said this is what it sounds like in real life, because I heard that people do this. Wink, wink. They'll say, I really enjoy spending time with you. Hold on, let me get into character. I really enjoy spending time with you, and it's amazing. And I saw your pinky toe shaking on your sandal when I hugged you, and I know that you like it here too, but I'm not really looking for anything right now. But one day, if we gel, there could be a relationship in the future, but I gotta see what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna go with the flow. to see what happens. And then one day I might feel like I need to be in a relationship. But I don't want you to see or sleep with anybody else. I want you to be exclusive to me. But I don't like titles because I'm not ready for anything like that. And y'all be like, okay, I'm cool with that. Now pause. Reset the stage. Right? So now you got to think about it like this. This goes against everything that you say you wanted. But all it takes is a deficiency in self-esteem, self-worth, an inner child that's going crazy and needs to be attached, an abandonment wound. Something is going to make you take the deal. Now, the other thing that happens is, if you've been hurt before, which most of us have, this sounds like a great deal because relationships hurt, right? My relationships have hurt. If I don't call it a relationship like he's saying, then I will avoid hurt. This is amazing. I don't have to get into the thing that has hurt me before. But I need to be exclusive. I need to only be with him. I only need to talk to him. He's going to come over and we're going to cook dinner together. He's going to take little Billy to nursery school when I'm not available. But it's not a relationship because relationships hurt. I'm going to his family reunion in August. But he's not my man. Because if I call him my man, remember he told me that he didn't want a relationship, so I'm cool with that. What? If you are this person, let me give you the PSA. If you are this person and you have these symptoms, please report to my inbox because we need to talk. Now, let me tell you something. Let me be very transparent. Once upon a time in a land far, far away, this thing worked a lot. You know why it works a lot? Because a certain special type of woman who's been hurt before but still wants to feel connected will take this deal. Because he didn't say, I never want a relationship. He said, if one day we work out sometime in the future, I might do it. That was enough for you. That was enough for you to give up the goodies. It was enough for you to be exclusive and not talk to nobody else. Captive. Before you even started going out on a bunch of dates. Before you even had a chance to ask questions about character and all of these things that we teach here. Before all of that. You know what happens when it happens before all of that? Emotional attachment. You know what one of the top three reasons why you would not give a damn about red flags, love bombing, none of that? Emotional attachment. Now, I've talked about this many times, but let me tell you how this works under the hood. If I am here to waste your time, I'm probably going to fail all of your tests of qualifications. I already know I probably fail them because I ain't trying to look for no relationship. So I have to create an environment by where you emotionally attach very quickly so I don't have to worry about your tests because you're already done. This is how narcissists get you. You get emotionally attached quickly, so when the narcissistic traits start to show, you won't care because you're in love. You'll forgive because you're in love. You will let them hurt you multiple times over and over again because the emotional attachment is stronger than your vetting, your qualifications, your standards, your boundaries, all gone. Emotional attachment erases all of it. When you don't have healing, you can't say no because you need it. I didn't say want it. I said need the attachment because you always have, even before you met them. So it was easy to test the fact that you didn't have strong boundaries. Because I already knew that you wanted to be a wife. I already knew you wanted to be in a relationship. How can I talk you out of it? And how fast will you accept my deal? It only takes like a day or two to figure it out. We don't need months. You'll relinquish your boundary in 48 hours if you really like me. Because I'm going to sell you some hope. And then you'll do carnal sin number 1. Oh my God, really? You really, like one day you're going to marry me? You listen to my voice. Please listen. This is what I teach you in my course called Dating Languages Decoded. Listen to my voice. Don't listen to the words. This is what they hear. Listen. Really? You would really like take me there? I never thought that you would do that. Oh my God. Like, no one's ever done this for me before. You mean you really like me like this? Wow. Listen to the cadence and the tone of my voice. That's what they're listening to, not your words. That's how they peg you. So now we're going to talk about the trip. Now we're going to talk about the impending marriage that can happen in 39 years. Because you're going to wait. We're not talking about your questions no more. We're not talking about qualifying me to be your man. You happy as hell about something that's never happened yet. And I will get access to everything you love. And you won't know anything about me. See, I'm not laughing no more. It's not about red flags, y'all. It's about you. And this too, you can learn at Sit Down and Heal Coaching. Because even if you fell for it, something's going to be inconsistent. Something's going to be off. You should say no. Because remember, there's no manipulator that can defeat a no that you stand on. They don't have a plan for it. Like on the planet, you can say no 20 times, say it 22 times. They don't have a plan for you standing on it. So the goal is to get you emotionally attached so you'll never say no. Right? I need for y'all to understand this. No matter what type of dating predator, narcissistic traits, player, they have to get you emotionally attached in order for what they want to work. And who controls how fast you give that hand? Unboundaried, no standards. Who allows someone to emotionally attach you to emotionally attach in like a couple days? 7 days? They get everything? And I'm not talking about your phone number. I'm talking about everything. Not 7 months, 7 days. And we're not talking about little girls or little boys either. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, and I have to be transparent with you, I was so good at finding broken people, like, because it was, I always tell you here in coaching, your trauma is all over you. You don't even realize. You can spot you a mile away. And then I was like, that one. And then I almost played a game with myself, and I was like, 7 days, 14 days, never less than 14. Love. If I can turn it around, you'll do what I say. And you will. And if I do something wrong, you'll make an excuse for me. You got to ask yourself, right? Ask yourself, listeners, how is he able to do this with a certainty? Without knowing anything substantive about you. 7 days. Love. The feeling of love. How does this work? What type of person? And I'm going to tell you, people who have the worst boundaries without any healing journey or understanding of themselves or their inner child, I'm going to tell you, pay attention. Highly sensitive, empathic people who are prone to fixing, people-pleasing behaviors, people who shout very loudly that they don't need anyone because they have to prove to the world that they're good by themselves. Target number 1. Cake. Because you're covering something. It's a trauma response. Remember, people with unresolved traumas are the first target for all of these. And you get pegged in 1 day, 2 days, maybe 7 days tops. So now when people say, oh my God, is that easy to read me? Whether it's easy to read you or not, if it doesn't feel right, are you prepared to leave? Unresolved trauma, don't leave. They need you to feel safe. So who better to not have boundaries than an empath? You're going to love the hell out of me for nothing. I don't have to prove anything. You need love more than you need alignment. So the narcissist is going to look for you because who going to forgive me first? A people pleaser? You're going to ignore all the red flags. Fixer? So there's somebody listening right now that's like, that sounds like a lot of work, Coach Derrick. How am I know what they looking for? And Stop it. Find alignment in yourself first. Become more, and most of us need help with this. Who would have taught us? Healing. How to heal. You already know you need to heal. Let me show you how. When you're energetically different because you've healed, when you become more aware, when you have maybe some tips on dating, but it's wrapped around, the tips are wrapped around a more healed version of you. The dating tips don't work on the unhealed. Newsflash, it don't work because you have patterns that haven't stopped yet. Sit down and heal is not just a cute name. It's a directive. If you don't follow the directive, you will repeat history. It's not about them. It's about what you're going to do once you know danger is present. It's never about their motive because there's millions of motives, but there's only one person you can control. When it doesn't feel right, are you willing to say no? Are you willing to leave when it doesn't align with you? Are you willing to leave after the first phone call, even though it made you tingle, but it didn't feel right? This don't really align with me, but it's tingly as hell. Are you willing to not go on the first date now because it didn't feel right on the phone? You control that. We can go down the list of all of the things they might do, and I'm going to look out for this, and if they say this, that means they lie. You will go insane. You can't keep up with something that changes every day. But what you can do is you can learn how to be a better version of yourself. So when you learn more about you, you're not going to let anybody intertwine with you that don't belong there. You know what happens when you do that? That means you're going to be discarding a lot of people. Yay, you. Congratulations. Guess what happens when you discard a lot of people? That means the people that align with you can see you now. They can't see you right now. You're staying in the wrong place. Let me tell you where you're staying. You're staying with people that's wasting your time, or you're sitting at home in isolation because you don't want to be hurt so nobody can see you there either. So where's the good people? They can't see you. They're not at your gym because that's the only place they're not at your grocery store in your church because you've been going there for 20 years. It's the same people. So now we got to ask ourselves. Number one question is, in order for me to, if I'm single, right? We're going to parse this out for you real quick before I land this plane. Have I really looked at my life and started working on healing myself? Do I need help with that because I don't know what to do because it hasn't worked? It's number one. Because a red flag could be one of two things. Pay attention. A red flag could be something that triggers an old wound that you haven't resolved. And that means it may not really be red. You're the red. Number two, a red flag could be a present behavior pattern that someone is showing that makes you realize either A, I got to assess this, or B, I got to leave. If it's a trigger from past, it's not fair to put that on a new person. It may look similar, right? Because we don't like similar things. But is it triggering something that you didn't work on that may not be fair to them? You have to know this for you to move around better. Because sometimes we get so triggered from stuff that we don't let nobody, our whole dating profile be like, look, I'm trying to meet someone, but please don't be a liar. Please make sure you're not a cheater. Please, people who do this, they're going to peg you first. Your trauma's showing. Words mean things. Y'all think they looking at how cute you are. You think that if I tell him too much about my life, he going to have a whole blueprint on how to play me. No, no, no. It was those first few sentences. It's the cadence in your voice. It's the words you choose. It's how you move. There's way more information there. That's why you don't see them coming. That's why it feels like everything just seems so perfect. Because he's training your movements. He's not training your words. You're paying attention to the words too much. Wait. All you got to do is get coached by me and we can get this together. You can learn these things. I got a hell of a program, y'all, that works. There's several people that have graduated my program that's in the comments right now live. It's not just my mouth. If you don't learn you can't be a better you. And if you're not a better you, what version of you is in the dating pool? That's the question. What version of you is in the dating pool? Are you even ready to date? We can figure that out together. Because doing it by yourself, it's not a judgment. See, I don't judge here. You know what I do? I'm an engineer. We look at defined patterns and we get to a conclusion of what those patterns mean. We all have patterns. Your patterns dictate that you need to heal, not me. So if you need my help, don't assume what coaching is. Just hit me up in the inbox and say, Coach, I need help. And we'll go from there. Because you're going to make a lot of assumptions about coaching, and that's why you haven't started. But if your receipts of your dating history and relationship history aren't favorable, then you might need help before you do it again. And if you are in a current relationship, learning more about yourself helps that too. If you don't want to meet anyone ever again in life, which is what some of you guys are doing, being a better version of you is also a cost benefit for your life. So no matter what you do with this journey, it helps you no matter what your status is. And here's the kicker. Again, your internal, inside your body knows that you need help. It's not me. I'm just a facilitator for the help. I know how to help you heal. You already know that you need to, so there's a disconnect in the middle that only you can seal. Well, I just figured it would cost too much to coach. That means you haven't talked to me. Well, I just figured I would figure it out on my own. How's that working out for you? But I feel like if I talk on the phone, you're probably going to judge me because I've been through some things. That means you haven't gone to my website. Every possible objection that you have, I fixed that. But you don't know that because you won't say, I need help. Let me walk you through and tell you what I have that could fit your needs. Because I have it. And let me tell you the benefit to me, because I will affectionately and humbly pop my own collar. Most relationship coach don't know how to teach you how to heal. Most people that teach you how to heal aren't relationship and dating coaches. You get both here. And I'm damn good at both. So you get the two. You go to therapy, they're going to help you unearth some things, but they're not relationship coaches. You're going to have to find another person to do that for you. It's a one-stop shop. The question is, are you ready to change your life? Are you ready to change the way that you see the world? The way that you see the dating pool that you complain about so much? So, I'm going to go ahead and land this plane. I think some things that you can do to start your journey, even if you just do it alone, start documenting your behavior patterns, the things that you know that you always do that you're frustrated with. We can work on that. I know we say it all the time about pacing when you're dating, but give it some air. Let it breathe. You get to gather a lot of information just by watching people, just by listening. All the things that I told you that they see in you, you too can do that to them. Because what they're doing is what I call creating a character profile. You can learn how to do that with me without them even realizing that you're doing it. There's more information in nonverbal than it is in verbal, but you just don't know how to do it yet. But I'm not teaching you that until we heal first. You're going to hate me for it in the beginning. I just want to know how to date better. No. We got to work on the little girl first. Don't put the cart before the horse. I work from the root up. I don't play around with dating advice and you still got an unhinged inner child. No. Don't override your body's signals that it's telling you. If you do consistently not do what your intuition and everything is telling you, then that's a problem too. Yeah, we have group coaching available on the school app. All of this is on the website, sitdownandheal.com. Group coaching, one-on-one calls if you need them. But with me, most of you do not need that. And if you want to know why, just inbox me. I have self-paced coaching that comes with a guide so that you can do it and fit it in your schedule because it's pre-recorded, but you have the option to ask me questions along the way to help guide you through. It's the foundational principles to any healing journey so that when you get to the specifics about yours, you'll know how to handle it. So I teach you that and I help guide you through that. Recorded videos don't judge you. So if that's your issue, done. Well, coach, I can't afford it. Okay, cool. I have ebooks, journals, and workbooks that are all under $20. Now what? Like, you're going to get started or you're not. Make an excuse if you want to, because I'm not going to chase you. But I'll be here if you really want it. So, remember, every single Tuesday at 7:30 p.m., we are live on TikTok. The replays are always put up on YouTube. Today's show is a part of a 5-part series at which this is number 2. So we got 3 more to go. And this is all about detoxing your dating habits, resetting yourself. Spring cleaning your love life is the name of the series. So come back every week until you get the courage to say, hey, coach, I need your help. Because we all need it in some way, shape, or form. Some of us can self-do it. Most of us cannot. But we're afraid to ask for help because we think we can just keep getting hurt until we find one that hit. I'm here to tell you, you don't have to keep doing it. You don't. You don't. You know why I keep saying that? Because some people, and I'm really laying now. Some people will say, well, I won't date. But if you're like me, right, and you're an empath and you really love hard, I still need it. I still want it because it's a part of like who I am. Like I'm better when I'm partnered with, and I just need those people. You can talk all of that. I ain't gonna never date nobody again if you want to, but you a liar. So anyway, so let me help you do it better so you ain't got to worry about all the other stuff you worried about. Let me help you. Y'all have a great, amazing night. Hopefully you'll come along enough times to where you trust me enough to want to sit down and heal. I'll see y'all next week. Y'all have an amazing night. Bye-bye.
Sit down and heal with Coach Derrick. Let that old pain breathe and we air it. You already know that you need to heal. Let me show you how. Turn the volume up. Talk it out right now. Sit down and heal with Coach Derrick. You picking through. Can you feel it? You already know that you need to heal. Let me show you how. Turn the volume up. Talk it out.